Hello my kings, queens, and fellow video leaders, and welcome back to Nakama. More specifically, welcome to part 3 of Dizzying Encounter. Hibiki wants to say hello, obviously. Don't worry, again, the birds will not be in the main recording session. And yeah, remember the content warnings for this series. Thank you everyone who is supporting it so far, and I really hope you will enjoy this part. Kiyoomi stared at his phone. Despite the shaking of his hands and his tears blurring the screen, he still could read the text clearly. It had burned itself into his retina. Kiyoomi, famous MSBY baker and drug addict? Has MSBY's ace and youngest heir to the Sakusa family followed into the footsteps of so many celebrity children before him? Just a party gotten out of hand or a serious problem? Kiyoomi, famous athlete, found in a ditch. He couldn't bear it anymore, but he also couldn't stop reading them. Article after article popped up about his supposed drug addiction. They all used the same photo someone must have taken after he ran for his fucking life and ended up in an alley. He couldn't breathe. His body automatically slumped over again and he gagged, although he knew his stomach was more than empty by now. Why the fuck was all of this happening? A new message announced itself on the top of his display, and all he wanted to do was scream at this point. Is this your idea of laying low? Really, Kyo? I would have taken you home if I knew you'd handle it so badly. Gods, he wished he would have taken him home. He wished he wouldn't have been so prideful about shit that happened in their past, and that he hadn't tried to alleviate some of his stress with alcohol. But now he was just angry. He was angrier than he probably ever felt before with how unfair it all was. And the fear of losing everything he had worked so hard for made the glass tip over. I was fucking assaulted, asshole! He regretted it the moment he sent it, but just threw his phone away and wrapped himself tightly in the blanket again. This was it. His boyfriends probably and rightfully thought he cheated. The press thought he was on drugs, which would likely cost him his job. And he couldn't even demean himself low enough for his parents to accept him back, no matter the conditions he agreed to after this. He just wanted to knock himself out, and to forget about the utter train wreck his life was about to become. He'd lose everything. He could have prevented all of this had he been a little bit more cautious, but no. One evening of frustration, and the tiniest amount of liquor, and he threw all of that away. He sobbed into his pillow without being able to control it, and each one tore through him with a newfound vicious intensity. It burned. His skin burned raw against his clothes. His eyes burned from crying so much. His chest and lungs from forcing the uneven breaths. And every memory of yesterday ignited all of it anew. He just wanted to fall asleep. And preferably, never wake up to the consequences. One moment of inattentiveness would cost him. Miya-kun, is Sakusa-kun with you? Yes, he is home, but he isn't taking it well. Atsumu chewed on his bottom lip nervously as his eyes wandered to the hallway. It had been the worst exercise in patience ever not to reply to the utterly idiotic and malicious comments spreading about Kiyoomi online. Kita stayed practically right next to him to make sure he wouldn't make it worse, until he got a call amid Aaron takeover, who seemed tempted to reply in his own fashion. It wouldn't help, and he knew that. It never helped getting involved in internet drama, even if justified. Worst case, they'd accidentally confirmed the relationship online and add another factor to Kiyoomi's distress. He knew he should let the PR team handle it. What happened? I don't suppose our ace could have hidden a drug problem for so long. No, of course not. He isn't. That wasn't that. Kiyoomi would never take anything voluntarily. Then, what am I looking at here? Wait, what do you mean voluntarily? Atsumu, what is going on? We don't know yet. Just that He didn't come home yesterday when expected, and when I found him in the bathroom this morning, he wasn't in good shape. I'm sorry, Kita signaled to him, and the way his lips were pressed together until they turned white didn't make him feel much better. Cold sweat broke out on his skin as he tried to gather enough composure to find the necessary words. Coach, I'll call you back, but I promise Omi would never do something like that. I don't know what happened when that picture was taken, but they're twisting it. Coach Foster gave a deep sigh from the other end of the line in a tone that made Atsumu sure he was pinching the bridge of his nose and trying not to let his stress show while looking very tired. I know, kid. I don't expect anything like this from him, which doesn't make me feel better seeing one of my spikers in an alley like that. Make sure he's alright and keep me updated. We'll manage this somehow. They can't just slander his name like that without evidence. Atsumu thanked him, grateful to know that Coach had his back, though his heart sank again when he hung up and found himself confronted with Eren and Kita. The taller looked now equally tense and his hands had balled into fists. What is going on? Ichiro called. He sent me a screenshot of something Kia sent him. Kita's reply was brisk, and Atsumu frowned before he had even begun to read the message. He felt irritated with the older Sakusa as he saw his message chastising Kiyoomi, but it was the one underneath that made his blood freeze. Ichiro had tried to reach him, but no reply followed after that. Atsumu felt sick. Who dared to do something like that to him? Who? Tsumu. He had to fight for breath, and quickly Eren came closer and placed his hands first on his shoulders, then the sides of his face. It helped. It felt grounding. He touched their foreheads together and slowly, taking nothing else into account, he calmed. What now? We need to help him. Somehow I know. Shh. I know. We'll find a way. He patted over Atsumu's back soothingly. The setter felt almost guilty when he let himself fall into Eren's touch, as though there wasn't someone who needed it much more than him right now. Let me try to speak to him. He should at least know that we know, and that we don't blame him. Atsumu nodded as his throat was too tight to reply. He watched as Kita left while leaning on Eren, who leaned on him in return. The ace was still tense while trying to get Atsumu to relax. Eren. I'm sorry, it's a lot. He nodded and squeezed himself tighter into the taller's arms. The warmth was so comforting. I feel bad. I shouldn't have assumed he might have been cheating. I just saw the hickeys and thought maybe if he was drunk and frustrated, wanted to spite his parents again. I was sure he would regret it, and then surely his phobia would be triggered in the same way. I knew he wouldn't. I know it's stupid. I shouldn't even have entertained that thought. Again, Atsumu squeezed his middle tightly, this time to get him to stop talking. He gathered as much breath as he could to reply. It was a fair assumption, without context. He didn't act on it. That's what counts. He could feel him gulp before the strong arms tightened their grip too, and he felt a kiss being pressed to his hair. Thanks. I hope you can forgive me too. Kiyoomi? Kita approached the bed slowly. The spiker lay curled up on the far side of it, taking up so much less space than usual. He was shivering occasionally, despite the blanket slung around him. For a moment, Kita almost believed he fell back asleep, until the other tried making himself even smaller. Please don't. Not yet. I'll leave. Just give me a bit more time. He paused for a few seconds, so stunned that he didn't know what to say in response. The thought of Kiyoomi leaving them now was too painful to even consider. Where would he even go? Do you Do you want to leave? If it makes you uncomfortable being around us right now, we can arrange something. A hotel or another teammate you could stay with. Surely, Motoya... What? Dark, ink-like eyes met his for the blink of an eye, full of pain and confusion. The tears glistening in them made his own chest feel tight. You don't want to throw me out? Of course not. I'd much rather you stay where we can take care of you and assure your safety. And I know the others feel the same. Don't you think... Would you believe I cheated? Kita let out the pain sound that had been building in his chest. He carefully, slowly reached for Kiyoomi, waiting for his protection, and was met with hesitant acceptance instead. When his hands made contact with his hair and forehead, another tear slipped from his eyes, which he had closed again as he leaned into the touch as if savoring it. Your brother called. We know that you didn't cheat. Why would you believe me? Why aren't you shouting at me, accusing me of saving face like everyone else? I've read the comments, what they think of me. A whimper-like sound escaped his throat as Kita pulled him closer until his head rested in his lap. Immediately the taller hit against the softness of his sweater, his tears dampening the material. I'm tall. An athlete. These things don't happen to people like me. I wasn't careful. I thought... His voice broke, and Kita's heart alongside it with every word. He patted through the dark curls in what he hoped to be a soothing motion, waiting patiently as the raven's breaths evened out. Kiyoomi, listen to me. We know you, and of course we believe you. Atsuma immediately suspected that something worse had happened. None of us would ever turn on you if you tell us the truth. And you are safe now. The media, any stranger, or your family, they can't reach you here. We'll make sure of it. He cried again, his hands twisting into the fabric of Kita's sweater as he clung to him, and Kita just stayed by his side, silently crying with him, but so glad that Kiyoomi wasn't alone anymore.
Thank you so much once more for watching to the end. It really means a lot to me. And it's so good, especially after I've been absent for such a long time. The YouTube algorithm is not quite kind to you if you take such a long break. So the fact that you're here, that you're watching to the end, that you're even still watching this like outcut, like this end cut. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Thank you, genuinely. Also, let me know under the pinned comment what your favorite quote was, what other videos and ships you want to see now that I'm finally back. Oh my god, I'm so happy to be back, guys. Your comments make my day so much. A special thanks as always goes out to my little Nikos. And yeah, greetings from the birds. You can hear in the background. Akari is sitting on the phone and looking very curious, obviously because she wants to say hello to all of you guys. And yeah, there will be another video tomorrow, and now I hope you have a wonderful amazing day. Bye everyone!
Step 4. Everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.